Good morning, March 15th, 2022. This is Bad News Bear, Marcel Irnie with IrnieracingNews. This morning I have some terrible, disconcerting news regarding the search browser DuckDuckGo. Now, if you're not familiar with DuckDuckGo, many people have been using it as opposed to the state-owned media search engine Google. So what Google does is they have an algorithm. So if you search, C19, it's only going to show you the state media controlled postings about C19. You're never going to get what the actual doctors that speak out or anyone that gives any information against the WHO or the CDC, against the narrative. Now we have another narrative today, and that is Ukraine-Russia. And so the CEO, Gabriel Weinberg, tweeted, "Like so many others, I am sickened by Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the gigantic humanitarian crisis it continues to create. Stand with Ukraine. At DuckDuckGo, we've been rolling out search updates that downrank sites associated with Russian disinformation." And he posted this March 9th at 4:28 p.m. And I was reading through some of the comments. There's obviously a lot of backlash he's getting because DuckDuckGo is based on privacy. It's based on non-censorship. That's the whole reason you use DuckDuckGo, is so your search results algorithm is based on actual content, not state-funded or state ideological. I'm not going to get that word today. It's too early. So, as the conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues, who is to say what misinformation is? That's the whole point. How is Gabriel, his little computer guy, is going to say what misinformation is? And that's the whole point of censorship. They have no right to make objective decisions about what is true and what is false. That is why open and public information, we absorb all the information we can take and we make our own decisions as citizens, as humans, as critical thinkers. And Gabriel created the DuckDuckGo based on the C19 censorship. So what the hell are you doing, Gabriel? We all know the narrative is bullshit with C19. And you're doing exactly what you created your thing to stop. All I can do is shame. Shame on you, Gabriel Weinberg. You are just a piece of garbage now. Like, seriously. You don't even know what's going on in Ukraine. Maybe you should use your search engine to actually find out what's been going on in Ukraine over the past decade or more. This country has been full of civil war between the East and the West. Half of Ukraine is Russians. Half of Ukraine is Ukrainians. And they've always been in conflict forever, funded by the USA, who has just been instigating problems in there ever since. And of course the UN right now with the whole world censorship. How can you take, let's not see any information from one perspective and we're going to get the truth from the other.
Nuland is now Joe Biden's Undersecretary of State in charge of Ukraine, and she knows a lot about Ukraine. In 2014, Toria Nuland engineered a coup in Ukraine in the name of democracy, of course. So she is a highly informed source about Ukraine.
The Russian accusations are absurd. They're laughable. And, in the words of my Irish Catholic grandfather, a bunch of malarkey. There's nothing to it. It's classic Russian propaganda.
Does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
Ukraine has biological research facilities.
And I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't give it a drop of ink worth paying attention to.
Yeah, but can you explain to us has there been any relationship between the?
We are not developing biological or chemical weapons inside Ukraine. It's not happening.
Biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
Does Ukraine have biological weapons? Ukraine has biological research facilities.
No, we have to see all the information to make the truth. And of course, the truth is that Victoria Nuland has been involved in the coup d'etat in Ukraine that was done in 2014. But all the information that led up to that, you must understand what led up to the coup. And again, just like in Canada, we had protesters in the streets that are peaceful. Well, there was peaceful protests in Ukraine in 2013. And then, of course, there is funded instigators that are inserted into there to create problems, to create fighting, and then the rest of the citizens are just there and are the ones that are attacked. There's so much information to gather on this. So again, Gabriel, shame on you. You're just a piece of garbage now. And I encourage everyone, stop using DuckDuckGo. Let's put Gabriel out of business. This guy does not deserve to be in business because he has no reasoning for what he's doing. He's so inconsistent. Anyways, this is Bad News Bear, Marcel Irnie, March 15th, 2022. To the end of DuckDuckGo. Goodbye, Gabriel. One more thing I'm going to add at the end that Gabriel continues to write on his tweet, and it's got 30,000 tweets. So he says, in addition to downranking sites associated with disinformation, again, who are you to decide what is truth and false, dude? Because you don't know anything. We also often place news modules and information boxes at the top of the DuckDuckGo search results, where they are seen and clicked the most. To highlight quality information for rapidly unfolding topics. So not only is he going to hide all of the information that he doesn't agree with about Russia, he is going to highlight the stuff that he agrees with. So essentially, this is no more a search engine. This is his private piggy bank of thoughts. Another one, DuckDuckGo's mission is to make simple privacy protection accessible to all. Privacy is a human right and transcends politics, which is why 100 million people around the world use DuckDuckGo. Well, we're going to not have 100 million in there anymore. You're just going to have like 10 million suckers, essentially, people that won't look anything up for themselves. And now the other question my mom just brought up, and I forgot to mention, is I wonder if this is his actual opinion. So we can assume that he is sheeply, or we can make the second assumption, but let's not make assumptions, but option A is he has no idea what's going on in the real world about Ukraine or any previous war like Afghanistan, Iraq, Yemen, etc. The whole history of the world. Or B, he is being paid by Google, US government, any of these shams, state-funded control. Let's take a read of some of the comments from Dan, March 10th, replying to him. Dumped DuckSendGo today. So what are all the alternative people? Back to Chrome? Now, to answer that question is I recommend this. I haven't even been using DuckDuckGo very often. I've been using Brave because I use the Brave browsers. I was looking for my phone, but it's in front of me. On my phone, use the Brave mobile app. So they have a great mobile browser app that is completely privacy controlled. It is very transparent in how it works. You can even create income and then give it to the websites you like Bitcoin, or they use a special coin like TOK or whatever. Not that type, but so yeah, I get on the Brave. So Braves has their own whole setups, search engines, apps, etc. And then there is complete privacy. You can stop all the pop-ups, everything. So I recommend getting on Brave, BRAVE. I'll throw a picture in there. Here's a good comment from Frank. So you're actively shaping search results for political reasons? Isn't that exactly your differentiation from Google? What else are you hiding from the results? And so here's a sheeply reply from Michael C. No, they're shutting down disinformation to be searched so you can get the most accurate information possible. Oh, people. That's why they're all about unbiased, factual search results. Michael doesn't even know what he's writing because the whole point of the internet and information is to make those decisions yourself. because there's no way that you could say that this is disinformation. Just like C19 once says, oh, they would strike you on YouTube or completely block it, that you were going to get this problem from this. And then a week later, it's on the label. And then all of a sudden, now it's not misinformation or disinformation. You know, if you don't know, misinformation, disinformation, it's just a code word. It's a code word for censorship. Get it going, guys. Keith, anyone know what I should switch to now that DDG is sold out? Again, switch the brake. Pluto, the replies on this are quite amazing. Can you see how swiftly most of your user base has been put off by this announcement? Loyal, longtime supporters are talking about abandoning the service. Please reconsider your stance on this. It's a dangerous, slippery slope for all of us. Now, in terms of my reply to you, Pluto, it's too late. Even if he tweeted that he's not going to change his algorithm, he can't be trusted. You cannot trust him ever again, because who's to say what he's doing behind the scenes besides a tweet telling you one thing or another, just like the state-controlled government. From Godward, this statement tells me you do not have the slightest understanding of your user base. Oh boy. From Captain Nemo, you broke your promise. You implied you would not do this. I know where this road leads. You walk it alone. And then he put in the quote from DuckDuckGo from a long time ago. When you search, you expect unbiased results, but that's not what you get on Google. You can revoke Google's access to search and location histories, but only true way to protect yourself is to leave Google. And so now DuckDuckGo is Google 2.0, small mini. RIP DuckDuckGo. Here's from Greg. Thanks for letting us know. I've used DDG for years. My serious question is, why did you announce this? You had to know the responses you'd get. Or did you think you'd get a positive response for jumping on the Ukrainian bandwagon? And then from another guy, Lotad. The whole point of your search engine is you don't censor shit. Now you are going to censor things. Laugh my ass off. And then by Odyssey team. We are all sickened by this. But this is not the right approach. So, you know, even going in the middle ground. Yeah, crazy. So, censorship is so rampant, guys. This is, again, Bad News Bear in the morning. Marcel Irnie, March 15th. I'm hoping to get out dirt biking today. And then I'm going to go join James Top and the team. Hopefully tomorrow evening. I'm trying to get dirt biking once. And then tomorrow get on the road if I can get everything ready in time. Hopefully I can get my new SIM card in the mail. And there's Philip. Philip's making some noise, the coffee machine. So I'm going to go visit Philip and wake him up again. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.